And welcome. I am here on 9th Street, West 9th Street, at the corner of Broadway and 9th to do a historical walk and also go through the Mosaic Templars Cultural Center here on June 19th, which is called Juneteenth. And I'll explain a little bit about what that is here in just a second. But I am right here behind the building. As you can see, they have these wonderful murals that a local artist has made, and the banners are all on the sides of the building. And they're getting ready for some festivities right over here. So I got my mask, and I'm about to go in and peruse this cultural center, the Mosaic Templars Cultural Center. So go ahead, tag along. From a boy, Brother Isidore studied the heavens to attain knowledge of his origin, and his ascension took place on this earth. His American experience was the afterthought of cotton and great narrative of perseverance, plus the wisdom to do what God loves. This is a photo of the desegregation of Central High School. You can look for one of my walks on Daisy Bates to learn more about that. But this is the National Guard shuttling and allowing the black students to enter Little Rock Central, and you can see what was awaiting them. 1957. The National Order Mosaic Templars was founded in 1883, and they built a building in 1913, which this is the cornerstone of that building, and this is the building that I'm in, circa 1920. The building had caught fire in the mid-2000s and has been restored. Many old tapestries were destroyed, but they did rebuild and made a museum out of this area. So I'll continue on with a little bit more history. So 9th Street was a predominantly black neighborhood, and you could call it a city within a city. They had many businesses, their own businesses, because everything was segregated at that time. They had theaters, barbershops, eateries, nightlife. And it all stretched, the business section, down 9th Street, and most of the blacks lived on the up to about 12th Street between Chester and Broadway, or around the Mount Holly Cemetery. And that was basically until the city of Little Rock built housing projects and lots of people moved to the housing projects and abandoned their neighborhoods and the businesses, and that was around the 60s. But it was a booming time during the 20s, of course, the Roaring 20s. And then it fell through the Great Depression, and then rose back up through the 40s and 50s after World War II. Famous people such as Nat King Cole, Ella Fitzgerald, Ray Charles played the Tuberian Hall, which is still standing. The businesses that are pretty much all gone, including Red's Bull Hall, which was on the 700 block of 9th Street. Between 1865 and 1885, the African Americans experienced a time of great optimism and economic opportunity. Black Americans exercised their new freedom and sought to acquire property and economic independence. The Mosaic Templars and other black fraternal organizations became popular in the 1890s. They would give aid of insurance policies, in self-help programs, and helped segregated blacks and whites. Whites wouldn't give insurance, and they would offer insurance. Mosaic Templars badges. Scipio Jones was born into slavery in Tulip, Arkansas in 1863. Jones gained a bachelor's degree from Bethel University in 1887. Jones informally studied law. And passed the bar exam in 1889 and served as the national attorney for the Mosaic Templars of America. He was admitted to practice before the Arkansas Supreme Court in 1900 and the United States Supreme Court in 1905. The Elaine race massacres. On September 30th, 1919, the Progressive Farmers and Household Union met in Elaine, Arkansas to discuss black sharecroppers receiving a fair return from white landowners. Armed watchmen stood guard outside, and rumors spread of an insurrection. The guards exchanged gunfire with 2 white men, leaving 1 man dead and 1 wounded. The Phillips County Sheriff sent newly deputized men to the scene. The unionized sharecroppers were outnumbered. Estimates vary, but reports suggest several hundred blacks were killed. Mosaic Templars of America Employee Picnic, circa 1923. Philander Smith College offered beauty classes and barber classes. Here's an example of what a barber chair setup would be like in that time. And those aren't your typical big razors. And the leather strap. Here is your Bellatex Beauty School graduates. Around the 1950s. As I said in a previous walk, Philander Smith was a black college, and they are located just about 3 blocks from 9th Street. They were also formed on 8th and Broadway, and I'm on 9th and Broadway, so it was very close to the business area and residential, all walking areas. This is Abraham Miller, a businessman in Helena, Arkansas. He attributed his business success to 5 things: not to drink whiskey, not to use tobacco in any form, not to belong to any secret societies, not to run about at night, and not to waste money. Gotta say, that was a pretty smart man. Born as a slave in 1851. Passed away 1913 in Helena. Booker T. Washington came to Little Rock in 1913 to dedicate the Mosaic Templars of America headquarters building. The photograph shows a seated Washington with Joseph Booker, president of Arkansas Baptist College, Emmett C. Smith, Washington's secretary, and John Bush. Group of sharecroppers picking cotton near Moorefield in Independence County. It was a family affair. They aren't just posing for pictures, they actually had to use the whole family to farm their land and make money. This is a groundbreaking ceremony for Mount Zion Baptist Church, located on 14th and Ringo. There are quite a few black churches: the Bethel Church, Union AME Church, Mount Pleasant Baptist Church, Church of Christ Holiness Church, Miles Chapel Church, all located in Little Rock. Now, this museum is pretty vast. I'm selecting just few bits and pieces, but there are multiple rooms, lots of pictures and exhibits, including this white only and colored bricks. This is part of a wall that was in front of a water fountain. Couldn't even drink from the same water fountain. But as you can see, lots of information and exhibits. I highly suggest giving a walkthrough. It's free of charge. The people that are running it are extremely friendly and are welcoming and have a lot of knowledge about the place. So feel free to just come drop in. They're on limited hours right now due to COVID, but they're open Tuesday through Saturday, I believe. So I would definitely make your way down here to the Mosaic Cultural Center and check it out. Carlotta Walls, Gloria Ray, Jane Hill, and Ernest Green being stopped from entering Central High School. As you know from my Daisy Bates Central High School walk, Mr. Ernest Green was the first black student to ever graduate from Central High School. Little Rock's private Crump Park, located at 33rd and State Street, hosted Little League, semi-professional, and locally organized baseball teams. By the 1950s, the city supported 8 Little League teams, 6 Pony League teams, and 6 minor league teams. Black-owned businesses and organizations sponsored teams within the city, such as Dubson's Funeral Home, semi-professional baseball team, and the the Dubson Tigers and the Flamingo Hotel's Little League baseball team. The Rootin' and Suttles Junior baseball team, 1950. There's a great bit of art in here also. Very vibrant, colorful. And then a wall of lithographs, the plates and prints, along with the examples of tools that it takes to make them. So the artist is Perry and Hurd, and this is some pictures showing what it took to make the murals that are posted outside on the walls. Feel free to visit the gift shop. They have lots of handcrafted items, black crafted, lots of different art pieces, t-shirts, books by black authors, postcards, lots of history, and some little figurines, toys for the youngsters. So, just got through with the museum and picked me up a shirt for the Gym Theater. Got my sunglasses back on. And I heard a little bit of a commotion. So, I'm going to pop around the corner, see what's going on. It's not a protest, but a little bit of activism going on. So here we are, as you can tell from the pictures inside. Just about every building has been demolished along 9th Street in this historic area, replaced by warehouses and fast food and gas stations. Only thing remaining is the building that we were just in. How's it going? And here's a few. That was a 1948 building there. This old carburetor shop that's been around for a good bit. And where I'm going to end up, the Tuberian Hall, which is actually Arkansas flag and banner now. So you can see here, this is all redone, and I'm on the modern sidewalk, which is a lot on here, and I'm on the corner of Arch and 9th Street. So before Mount Holly Cemetery is there, the freeway is in between there, Interstate 630. So all of that was basically taken by eminent domain and moved all the, basically, this is in the 60s, moved all the black families that lived on this section right over here and basically moved them out. So this is the wide sidewalk of 9th Street. And you can imagine barbershop, liquor stores, grocery stores, theaters, all lined up on both sides, all along through here. Now gone, erased from existence. But there are pictures that remain in the Mosaic Cultural Center, Mosaic Templars Cultural Center. You can imagine this was just the city within a city. These businesses, the foundations still remain. You can see the concrete, the foundations are here, but the businesses are gone. No longer here. They had churches here. They're gone. You can see a little bit of a foundation right there. And you can see how it was indented in, just like that. A business here where there's nothing but an empty lot, or parking lot. Making way for progress. You can take that however you'd like. So this is Tuberian Hall, which is now Arkansas Flag and Banner. Downstairs is the flag shop and a little work area where they make flags and banners. And then upstairs is actually the it's like a big auditorium. You can see the sidewalk is basically overrun. This Tuberian Hall has had it's called the Dreamland Ballroom, which is upstairs. Tuberian Hall is the actual building. There's a PBS documentary on this. You can look it up on their website. You can see how it's progressed through the years. $1916. They're raising money now. You can buy a brick and put it down here. They're doing a lot of remodeling because they want to open up the ballroom. So they've added from where this wall here, they've added all of this, which is a elevator and also stairs. So it can be a functional ballroom again. And that started about 2 years ago. Miller. So I'm assuming that there was a Miller's business right here. Not Miller beer, but Miller something or another. The Dreamland Ballroom documentary on PBS does have a lot of great history on 9th Street, which we're at the end of right now. 9th Street basically is erased until you make it on the other side of Children's Hospital, and it kind of picks up and heads west. But this is pretty much it. Now 9th Street does go east across the freeway and to the east side of Interstate 30, going out towards the airport. Little Rock Airport. But this section right here was the black neighborhood, black businesses here, all along this stretch, down to where the Mosaic Templars building is. And you can imagine, Philander Smith College was just a small building up here, but this was a neighborhood, all right here, black neighbors, and basically got pushed out of their neighborhood for progress. I'm gonna step inside the flag and banner shop and just see if I can take a quick picture of the ballroom. So we'll see what I can do. This is a National Register of Historic Places.
We got ladies on the second floor. If they see a strange man, they're like, who is that?
So when are they going to get completed over on the addition?
That has taken a little bit longer than we expected because of the pandemic, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping by the end of the year, because right now the only thing we have to complete really is placing the elevator into the shaft.
Yeah.
And then completing like electric work and stuff.
Man, it's looking so good up here now.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I mean, because I came up here probably 2.5 years ago.
Right.
And I mean, it's just a world of difference.
I was going to say, I thought it was probably a couple of years ago. I remember you coming in with
This is my
somebody
daughter.
else,
This is
right?
my daughter, yeah.
But, yeah, we've been working really hard.
This is so awesome.
Anything like that, so we were just leaving it up to those people to do.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that turns out by the end of the day, I guess.
I just love mosaic tiles on floors.
I know, these floors are just amazing.
I was in Cologne, Germany, and the cathedral that's in there. I just love the mosaic floors. Not many people have, not many businesses have the mosaics. I wish that more people would put in a little more design into their buildings. You know, they modernism. I mean, I guess there's a style for everything, but floors are typically neglected. You throw down a concrete floors, people stain it and seal it, or paint it. Throw down just a regular piece of, wood flooring. And I'm talking about businesses. Like that tile floor, even though it kind of looked maybe it was in a little rough shape, it was still looked awesome. And many thanks to her, I forget her name, I don't know why I want to say Jessica, but I don't think that's her name, at Arkansas Flag and Banner for just letting me, she walked up with me just so I could take a couple pictures, and I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time in there because it is closed. It's closed to the public. You're not really allowed to just go in there and browse around. It's a working shop. There's actually, I would say, it's a flag factory. It's a flag factory. So many thanks to her. I'm gonna look her name up and maybe I'll say it. But while I was inside the cultural center, they did say they had food over here. It's free of charge. So spit out my gum and cross the street. And I'm going to check this food out because I'm getting a little hungry. Good view in my beautiful city. It was pretty strange being inside when the protesters showed up. Of course, they're not singing; they were just like chanting and yelling. And inside, even the people inside were a little taken back. It's I won't just say it's frightening, but it is a little unnerving to have people that you don't know that are angry. You have no idea what's actually going to take place. You know, they're peaceful, they're just voicing their opinions, but you never know who's amongst them that might want to be a bad guy. So I'm going to walk up here, I'm going to check out and see what they got. Go ahead. Hey, what's going on? What y'all got over here?
We've got jerk chicken, rice, and pineapple. We've got vegan spaghetti. We've got cauliflower. We've got vegan baked beans.
I'll take some of that jerk chicken.
You're tasting good.
We get chicken. I got jerk chicken. I've got some vegan spaghetti.
We've also got cantaloupe, watermelon, honeydew.
All right. Take some of that melon. Thank you so much. Hello. Hey, what's going on? All right, this is what we got here. Cinnamon drink, tub of watermelon, and inside here, some Jamaican jerk chicken and rice and pineapple. Ooh. Lord bless the food and the hands who made it. You there?
Hey, how are you?
All right.
What I need to say is, I ain't got no problem with it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I don't know. They kind of scared anymore. See, that's what I'm saying, man. Look, what you just say. They just scared around.
Yeah.
Now, he just says they're kind of scared of you. Why everybody scared? But have I ever done anything other to a man?
Now you raise your voice and all that.
It's my voice.
Well, I'm just saying.
Nah, he come in. Hey,
I'm a female.
he come in more than that now. He come in more than that.
Hey, Brian, wait a minute.
Hey,
Dang.
hey, see, I'm saying, hey.
That's an alternative. In office. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was only a response.
Get some of the rice.
I never initiated. I'm not gonna call you out today to go there. You know, tell me something like that, right? You know what I'm saying? Right. I mean, I'm gonna match your language. But is that right? Nah, it wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I was never initiated.
Ooh. That cinnamon's got some kick. Finished my chicken, my rice, and my cinnamon drink. It was delicious. One last look. They also had spaghetti. Looks like we're gonna be cooking hot dogs too. I'm bringing my watermelon home. Didn't have room for that. Ran into a police officer that I had met before, Willie Davis, and he grew up in the house that I live in right now, and his daughter's name is the same as mine. So it's just pretty wild that I saw him. He'd been in my mind, and it was cool to see him, catch up. There we go, Mosaic Templars Center on historic 9th Street, old black neighborhood.